Welcome to this week's edition of the Clark County Today News Podcast, your source for the top news stories in Clark County, Washington. I'm bringing you the latest updates on the issues that matter most to our community. Let's get started. Camas SD and Public School Employees Union reached 3-year tentative bargaining agreement. In a significant development on Thursday, amid the ongoing teachers' strike in the Camas School District, a 3-year tentative bargaining agreement has been reached between the district and the Public School Employees Union, PSE, which represents nearly 650 support staff members. The negotiations, spanning several months, were marked by cooperation and respect on both sides. This agreement not only includes salary enhancements but also addresses various issues aimed at ensuring support staff members are valued and included in positive working environments. The Camas School District remains committed to its mission of empowering students for a successful future. Camas schools to reopen Friday. In a positive development for the Camas School District, students will return to their classrooms on Friday, September 8, 2023, following the ratification of a new 2-year collective bargaining contract by the Camas Education Association, CEA. This agreement ends a nearly 2-week-long teachers' strike that had resulted in school closures. The contract's terms, while not immediately disclosed, represent a step forward in the ongoing negotiations, which included salary increases and discussions about class sizes. Camas Superintendent John Anzalone expressed gratitude for the dedicated efforts of the negotiating teams and emphasized their shared commitment to students' well-being and educational experience. Clark County Sheriff John Horch assists in DUI emphasis effort. Clark County Sheriff John Horch took an unexpected role in DUI enforcement during a recent concert event near the RV in Style Resorts Amphitheater. While on his way home following a shift briefing, Sheriff Horch spotted a vehicle driving erratically. Concerned that the driver might be under the influence, he pulled the car over. Fortunately, his instincts were right, and the driver was indeed found to be driving under the influence of alcohol. Sheriff Horch, although calling for a backup unit to handle the investigation, demonstrated the importance of proactive DUI patrols in ensuring road safety during events like this. More than 500 gather for grand opening of Firmly Planted Homeschool Resource Center. The Firmly Planted Homeschool Resource Center, FPHRC, celebrated a momentous occasion with the grand opening of its new building on Wednesday, September 6. The event, which drew over 500 attendees from across the country, featured a ribbon-cutting ceremony and family activities. FPHRC founder Heidi St. John expressed that this model is gaining international attention as parents seek solutions to cultural challenges facing families and children. The Resource Center aims to strengthen families through a range of classes, parenting workshops, and marriage workshops. This achievement is credited to the collective effort of hundreds of volunteers, generous local support, and grant funding. FPHRC's journey, which began 25 years ago, has evolved into a vital hub for homeschooling families, providing a diverse curriculum and extracurricular activities in their new East Vancouver location, with classes starting on September 11. Clark County Fair organizers reflect on successful 2023, look forward to 2024. The 2023 Clark County Fair has concluded with positive feedback from John Morrison, the fair manager/CEO. While it didn't break its attendance record, Morrison considers it a success by various standards. Key financial indicators like food and the carnival performed well, and the fair attracted over 257,000 visitors. The post-COVID bump may be the new norm as the county's population grows, and organizers continuously strive to keep the fair fresh. Concerts, new attractions like the Wizards Challenge, and Curly the Camel contributed to its appeal. While the pancake breakfast didn't return this year, it didn't create a negative atmosphere. Parking remains a challenge, and Morrison is open to reducing fair costs for shuttle users. Despite some challenges, the fair remains a cost-effective and enjoyable family outing, looking forward to hosting Clark County again in 2024. 3rd Congressional District candidate challenges Marie Gluesenkamp Perez claim as moderate. In a recent development in Southwest Washington's 3rd Congressional District, Republican candidate Leslie Llewellyn has accused incumbent Marie Gluesenkamp Perez of misrepresentation and aligning with extremist ideologies. Roll Call reported that Perez faces a challenging re-election bid in a district primarily composed of Republican voters. Llewellyn's campaign alleges that Perez intends to turn the Blue Dogs Caucus into a rural Antifa group, a claim vehemently denied by Perez. This controversy raises questions about Perez's proclaimed moderation, with Llewellyn emphasizing her pro-small business, pro-parent voice in schools, and pro-safety stance as an alternative choice for voters. Llewellyn, a Camas city councilor and former prosecuting attorney, brings her track record of budget management and advocacy for smaller government to the forefront in this race for WA03. Commentary: a night of statements for the first Friday Night Lights of 2023. In an electrifying start to the high school football season, the Skyview Storm delivered an exceptional performance, shutting out a formidable Oregon team at Kiggins Bowl. This remarkable victory marks a significant statement for Skyview, as it's believed that the opposing team had not been shut out in over a decade. The atmosphere was electric, thanks to a vibrant student section, setting the stage for an exciting season opener. Additionally, Hudson's Bay showcased a solid defense in their win over Heritage, while Camas displayed championship-level defense despite falling to defending Class 3A state champion Yelm by a narrow margin. Law Center made history by defeating Hawkinson for the first time since 2010. These thrilling moments were just the beginning of what promises to be an exciting 2023 high school football season in Clark County. It's back. COVID agenda now returns. In a commentary by John Daniel Davidson, senior editor at The Federalist, questions are raised about the resurgence of mask mandates and other COVID-19 precautions. Despite subsequent COVID-19 variants proving to be less lethal, mandates are making a comeback. Davidson argues that these measures have little to do with public health and more to do with power and control wielded by the American public health bureaucracy. He cites a comprehensive study that found masks had no significant impact on the spread of the virus. The resurgence of such mandates is seen as an attempt to reassert control over people's lives. Davidson urges Americans not to give in to these measures, emphasizing that they are more about control than health. That wraps up this week's Clark County Today news podcast. For more in-depth coverage and to stay updated on these stories, visit clarkcountytoday.com. And don't forget to cast your vote on this week's poll question: if mandated, will you get a COVID booster vaccine and wear a mask in public? Your opinion matters, and we want to hear from you. Plus, share your thoughts by sending a letter to the editor at ken.v@clarkcountytoday.com. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back next week with more news from Clark County, Washington.